Hello guys, welcome back to the show. So it's the weekly POV video where I shoot without you having to look at my ugly mug in the video. We're going to talk about 3 great fragrances I think you could go ahead and blind buy if you want a cheap thrill, or maybe in some cases not so cheap thrill. 3 really nice fragrances that I think you just can't go wrong if you like a really classy upscale fragrance. Before we do that, if you want to buy fragrance samples in the USA, Canada or Puerto Rico, please go to myfragrancesamples.com, link in the description. Great range of designer and niche fragrances there. Fragrance number 1 then, and it's very appropriate also, with these video titles, to be honest with you, you got to give it something catchy in the title. You don't have to blind buy them. Maybe you can try it in a store, a department store. These are 3 good fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing this week as we sort of go into the autumn time here in the UK, although it's still rather very hot, actually, a mini heat wave going on. Anyway, Maurice Roussel created this one, apparently. I'm not sure the exact release year, but 2005-ish. L'Instant de Guerlain, and this is the Eau de Toilette version. There's an Eau de Parfum as well, and it's got a new name. I think it's called L'Instant. I don't know, it's something that they've changed the packaging and stuff. It's still called L'Instant something or other. Anyway, L'Instant de Guerlain, the Eau de Toilette version. Maybe it's L'Instant pour homme or something like that. L'Instant homme. Sorry for my lack of clarity here. Notes on this one, it's an amazing fragrance actually. Lemon, star anise, bergamot, elemi, pepper, tea, hibiscus, smoke, jasmine, cacao pod, patchouli, and sandalwood. So this one, it's really remarkable, and it's something Guerlain actually often do. And that is to combine really nice freshness with a sweetness and a powderiness. Some people call this Guerlainade, a sort of magic Guerlain quality and thing about their fragrances. And I really like this one. So I'm by no means Mr. Gourmand lover, but I really do enjoy the way they've incorporated a cacao note, a sort of chocolatey accord here, which could be also working with the patchouli, which can have a somewhat chocolatey undertone. This really kind of, and then, the fresh kind of jasmine, a beautiful floral accord of jasmine, subtle tea-like notes, some spices, and a hint of that freshness with the bergamot and lemon, and just a tiny bit of licorice-esque kind of accord there, I think. Is star anise licorice-y? I don't know. Maybe a hint of licorice. It really is fantastic, unique, and really great. Not the biggest performer. Who cares? Prices for that one, I found it online in the UK for £61, 100ml. So, reasonably priced. I think mine's a 50ml. I love L'Instant de Guerlain. Okay, let's move on. Next up, Chanel Pour Monsieur. I'm a huge fan of the original Eau de Toilette. This is the Eau de Parfum version, and it's sort of the updated version from the late 80s onwards. There was a version which was the only one you could get in America called Pour Monsieur Concentré, and I think this is sort of the updated version of that. Anyhow, officially this one released in 2016. 75ml for this one. £86, so not the cheapest, but that's Chanel, but I think it's worth it. Note listing, you've got lemon, vanilla, nutmeg, and we also have lavender, vetiver, cardamom, oak moss, and petitgrain. So it's a beautiful, dapper, gentlemanly fragrance. I'm a big fan of Creed's Bois de Portugal, and this has some sort of similarities with that, with the combination of the bergamot and the lavender and the vetiver, which they share. This one, a little different in its way, little hint of vanilla, but I wouldn't say I pick up that, but a subtle spiciness in there too, and a really green, dapper, and refined fragrance. It has that real Chanel aura of classiness, but it is old school smelling. So if you like the original Chanel Pour Monsieur Eau de Toilette, you want something a little deeper, richer, and a tiny bit darker. This does such a great job of fulfilling that role in your fragrance collection. Really like Pour Monsieur Eau de Parfum from Chanel. And of course, you should go without saying, I'm also a great advocate of the original Eau de Toilette, still available today. Let's go to the third and final option then. And we're going to go, I'm sorry, because I do mention this from time to time. It's not the new one for you viewers, but who cares? Aqua de Pino Cologne from Pino Silvestre. Such a great release in 2021, this one. And it's Luca Maffei, the perfumer, who also did one of my other favourite under-the-radar gems, which is Cologne Intense from Hubigot. You can get this one for about £23. Stunning price online. I think it's 125ml. Just a brilliant citrus aromatic for any time of year. I don't really care if it's summer or not. I'll wear citrus anytime. Orange, lemon, rosemary, Calabrian bergamot, my favourite type of bergamot. Which country should we say today? Azerbaijani bergamot, forget it. Ginger, iris, green notes, sage, cedar and musk. It's a beautiful fruit salad type melange, as Max 40 might say, and I really do enjoy this one so very much indeed. It is a beautiful citrusy, juicy, slightly sweet, sort of almost with that mandarin kind of thing. I don't know if mandarin doesn't seem to be listed, but almost that juicy, sweet type of citrus accord, but still very, very refreshing. I really like this one. Performance, actually, one of the better of the three, in my humble opinion. I do tend to spray quite a lot, as you can probably see from the dent, as they say in the bottle. Great price, amazing fragrance. You can blind buy any of these three, but this is the best candidate because it's the cheapest one. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Hopefully I've given some of you at least one fragrance there that you might not have thought of before, that you can actually go and buy. I hope you don't mind these videos with me not in them and a little bit less editing going on. Watch of the day, I've shown this in other videos. It's an Omega, and this is a Seamaster, the 40ml quartz Seamaster from the late 80s, probably about a 1989 watch this. And as you can see from the tick, tick, tick of the hand, it's not a sweeping hand, it's not automatic. There is an automatic version more sought after and rarer, but most of them were made in this quartz version here. And this is the 40ml version, so there's a smaller 36ml, so this is generally thought to be slightly more desirable by most people. Love the design of the hands, the shape there, the yellowing. I think that's patina. I don't know if it was originally creamy, but it seems to have gone more creamy over the years. Just a beautiful kind of semi-aged look there. And of course no longer available. In a way, the closest thing in the way that it looks, arguably, to a Rolex Submariner, but a fraction of the price. You can get these, well, I'm not sure with this. Mine was under 1,000, but I think they generally are between 1,000 and 2,000 for this one. It obviously discontinued, hard to find. I love the integrated bracelet too. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Don't forget Gravitas Essentia by my brand Norton & Wilson, or our brand. It's not really a YouTuber brand, I just happen to be a YouTuber, but the brand has its own life. The fantastic composition from perfumer John Stephen, the follow-up to the original Gravitas Pour Homme, a little bit of a fresher iteration of that one, quite well different enough that you can certainly own both, and we're obviously hoping many people will choose to do that. That is now available in the USA and Canada, having been out of stock a little while, but the man in the rowing boat finally arrived with those, and they're back in stock for you guys in the States and Canada. Link in the description, nortonandwilson.com. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Please remember, what was I going to say? Whatever we're doing in life, let's project. And although sometimes life may stink, at least we can still smell good. See you next time, guys. Bye.